All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside the Chieftain Arena here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, ready for tonight's varsity wrestling duel between your Chieftains and the Holton Wildcats. Things are getting ready, about to get started here. Like we said, it is senior night, and that is getting ready to get going here. They're getting the students and their families lined up and ready to go. The administrators lined up as well, so we're going to be bringing you coverage of that here in just a couple of moments, and then when that's done, I believe the duel will be getting started shortly after that. So we want to thank you for joining us tonight, our first wrestling action of the season, and while we're just kind of waiting, trying to kill time here, partner, I know you've been looking forward to this duel, watching this Tonganoxie wrestling team. They are so great, so fun to watch. I know you've been looking forward to this night for a while.
Yeah, no question about it, partner, and they're coming off of a state championship year where they had two state champions going back-to-back for the last 2 years, and they still have some very high-ranked wrestlers. I'm sure we'll be talking about that a little bit more. But they're going to make a strong showing at state again. So yeah, they're a tough group. Got a great coach too.
Yeah, and our head coach Brett Delich and his rest of his coaching staff, they have these boys primed and ready to go. But like you mentioned, so much talent from top to bottom, the lowest weight class all the way 106 to 285. A lot of great and experienced talents. We're going to turn it over to Cody Witt. We're going to get the senior night started here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Our senior night here for 2024 for our boys wrestling team. We've got a very distinguished group of seniors that we want to honor tonight. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and begin honoring our 2024 boys wrestling seniors. First up this evening is Noah Bailey. Noah is the son of Joel and Jennifer Bailey. He has participated in wrestling 4 years, and he has lettered all 4 years. The staff member that he would like to thank is Coach Bond. To Coach Bond, he says, thank you for pushing me on the field and the weight room to be the best version of myself. Also, thank you for making my high school football experience awesome. Future plans for Noah Bailey. He plans to wrestle next year in college, but is still undecided on the location. Noah Bailey. Our next senior for the evening is Jordan Boswell. Jordan is the son of Sean and Haley Boswell. He has participated 4 years in high school and he has lettered 3. The teacher he would like to recognize tonight is Mrs. Dowd. He says that she welcomed me into her class with open arms and trusted me with her students. I love spending time in her room because it feels like a second home. She was always very nice and her students are amazing. Mrs. Dowell has taught me patience when it comes to others, and she sets a great example for those around her. If I wasn't trying to become an electrician, I would possibly become a CBR teacher like her because she has helped motivate me to do so. Thank you, Mrs. Dowell. Jordan plans to attend Washburn Tech and pursue being an electrician, and from there plans to get into an apprenticeship program and become a commercial electrician through the union. Jordan Boswell. Our next senior of the evening is Holton Bruisman. Colton is the son of Jeff and Amelia Bruisman. He has lettered 4 years in wrestling and participated in all 4 years. The staff member he would like to thank tonight is Coach Holloway. He says, I remember being a little kid watching you play football and always admiring the athlete and person you were. Since those days, I've always looked up to you and respected you. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best and always believing in me. Without your unwavering support, I truly would not have been half the competitor I am. It's been an honor to have you as a mentor and a coach, and I look forward to your encouragement in the future. Colton. Thank you, Ms. Walton. Colton plans to attend Minot State University to play football and major in exercise science and rehabilitation. Colton Bruisman. Our next senior of the evening is Braden Folsom. Braden is the son of Bill Folsom. He has wrestled 1 year and lettered this year. The staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Tieroff. He says Mr. Tieroff has impacted me the most by always giving me advice and motivating me. Thank you, Mr. Tiroff. Braden's future plans is to go into heating and cooling. Braden Folsom. Our next senior is Presley Harry. Presley is the son of Brandon and Joey Harry. He has participated in wrestling all 4 years in high school in letter 2. The staff member that he would like to thank is Coach Jay. Says Coach Jay has always been there over the years, and I have known him ever since rec basketball. Thank you, Coach Jay. Presley's future plans are to get a CDL and drive a semi-truck. Presley Harry. Our next senior of the evening is Owen Leffin. Owen is the son of Daniel and Megan Leffin. He has participated in wrestling all 4 years in high school in letter 1. He would also like to thank Miss Dowd. Says she has come to watch and support me and my other peers wrestle. She is someone that is easy to talk to and has helped with problems I couldn't figure out on my own. Thank you, Mrs. Dowd. After high school, Owen plans on becoming a carpenter and also continues to help his sister with wrestling. Owen Levin. Our next senior is Braden Moore.
All right, man. You want to talk to her? No. She said that we had wrestling.
Braden is being escorted by Ryan Moore and Courtney Wells. He has participated in the sport 4 years and has lettered all 4 years. The staff member he would like to thank tonight is Mrs. George. He says, Mrs. George, thank you for always letting me fall back on you, and thank you for the endless support you have given me over the years. You have always been there for me, and that has helped me more than I can express. Thank you for never giving up on me. You have exceeded expectations as a counselor and have helped me shape me into the man I am becoming. Thank you, Mrs. George. Braden plans on attending a 4-year college to get a degree in business marketing. Braden Moore. Our next senior is Tyler Pankey. Tyler is the son of Tyler and Shauna Pankey. He has participated in the sport 3 years in letter 2. The staff member he would like to thank is Mrs. Rucker. Says Mrs. Rucker has impacted me the most in Tonganoxie High School. She always pushes me to be the best I can be. Thank you, Mrs. Rucker. Tyler plans to play football in college and is still pursuing an opportunity. Tyler Payne. And last but not least, our next senior of the evening is Jack Winston. Jack is being escorted by John Winsel, Amanda McLaughlin, and John Price. He has wrestled all 4 years in high school in letter 1. He would like to thank Mr. Cassidy. He says, I haven't had you as a teacher, but I've had you as a coach, and you have made an impact in the short time you've been here. Thank you, Mr. Cassidy. After high school, Jack plans on getting into a trade and leaving the state of Kansas. Jack Winsel. Let's give our seniors one big round of applause tonight. It's a very dedicated group. We have state champions, we have state placers, we have team state title winners group. Thank you, seniors, for your dedication to the sport and to Tonganoxie High School representing us well. We appreciate you and wish you the best of luck tonight. Thank you, seniors. And we have 2 senior managers that we'd also like to say thank you to. We haven't made them get out in front of everybody, but Courtney Van and Trinity Bridges, please stand up and give a nice big wave to the crowd. They're sitting behind me. Thank you, girls, for your dedication as well. Thank you, girls.
All right, so it looks like that's going to wrap up our senior night portion. Now this evening we're going to get a big group photo taken here. Then we're going to have wrestling coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to open up, look like the first matchup as Holton is coming in. The Wildcats tonight are open at the weight classes 106 and 113. So our first match tonight is going to be at 120. Lucas Batts, a junior for the Wildcats, will be taking on Jordan Boswell, one of the seniors that we just recognized right here, as they will open this thing up. Should be a couple great matches coming up down the slate here tonight, partner.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. And I'm not sure if they're going to try and get those kids any matches or not. Sometimes they'll throw a JV kid in or something, but we haven't been notified of that, so we're going to assume that Holton's going to be open at the first 2 weight classes, and then we're going to start off with the 120-pounders.
Yeah, the only JV squad members they have listed on here for Tonganoxie on the rosters they handed us at the front door: Owen Leffert at 132 and Jack Wenzel at 138. So it does look like 106 and 113 will remain open. So it looks like no action tonight for Tyler Chris, a freshman, and the sophomore Brody Starcher at 106 and 113 respectively. But we're still going to have plenty of action coming up here tonight on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And as always, it is presented by Kansas Insurance, as they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, give them a call at 913-369-3193. Again, one that we have been looking forward to for quite some time here. We love being here inside Chieftain Arena, our first wrestling match of the season. I do want to pass along to everybody as they're starting to come in, and I'll mention it a couple more times throughout the evening. If you missed any of the coverage of last night's Girls Frontier League tournament that took place at Spring Hill, you could catch that on the Tonganoxie channel, Spring Hill channel, Paola channels. It's on all of our Frontier League channels. That's Tonganoxie, Lewisburg, Paola, Baldwin, and Spring Hill. That broadcast took place on. It was run by the Spring Hill Sports Live crew. Partner, you were there doing some color and doing some commentary. Tell us a little bit, what was the wrestling like last night and the booming popularity of girls wrestling?
Yeah, like we had talked about before we went on the air, is I was, being an old coach, I was really surprised and pleased at the quality of wrestling that we're seeing out of the young ladies now. I'm telling you what, they are fundamentally sound. And the sport is growing and growing. It is an Olympic sport now, and there's a couple of local colleges that offer scholarships for lady wrestlers, and that's at Ottawa University and at Baker University down in Baldwin. So it's growing and growing, and I tell you what, they really put on a show. And the other thing I throw out there, partner, is they're going to have the boys Frontier League championships next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Which that also can be viewed here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, Paola Sports Live, Spring Hill Sports, all the other ones.
Yep. I wouldn't, but if you've never really came to a tournament, I would suggest that you at least try and make it for the semifinals and the finals. There's going to be some really great wrestling. You got this Tonganoxie squad that's highly ranked in 4A, and then you got Paola.
Yeah, Paola at 2. The second-ranked team, Paola, in all 4A. Tonganoxie sitting at 5.
Yeah.
So that's 2 Frontier League schools sitting within the top 5 of all 4A schools in the state of Kansas. I'm sure we're going to be calling a lot of Tonganoxie versus Paola matches at the boys tournament coming up this upcoming Wednesday, 6 days from now, February 7th, live here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Do want to give some results here. We did have some hardware brought home last night at the girls' Frontier League tournament. Tonganoxie overall as a team placing second, right behind Spring Hill. And some of the first place finishes at this tournament looks like at the 110 weight class. I want to get it's showing me the medals they got. I want to actually get the names and get the recognition that these young ladies deserve.
And they do deserve it because they put on a show.
Yeah, so the champions at 110, Autumn Wilson at 115, Stella Bradley, and at 170, Grace Steen. All 3 of those young ladies bringing home hardware last night and finishing on top. So
yeah, Grace Steen was dominant throughout the tournament. I'm telling you, she's going to be a handful for anybody in her weight class throughout the rest of this year and postseason.
Yep, and it also sounds like, as I'm getting word here, is that boys regionals will actually be hosted right here inside
awesome.
of Chieftain Arena Saturday, February 17th. Very interesting to hear that. I think we're going to try to work something out in our home arena here.
Yeah,
we cannot pass up that good of wrestling. I think we got to be here
because we're going to have some Chieftains in that.
So yeah, we're going to So we're going to try to work that up. We're going to try to get some coverage on that day. So it's Saturday, February 17th. That'll be boys regionals wrestling happening right here. So we'll have your coverage pretty much for the league tournament happening next week, and then potentially, hopefully, we can get a deal done and we can get regionals done Saturday, February 17th, as there's going to be a lot of wrestlers looking to punch their ticket to state.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be
no question.
some good time. So, but
it's a little too early to tell, but I would be almost willing to wager a cold beverage that the finals in the Frontier League boys wrestling tournament is going to look like a Tongi Paola duel.
It very well could be. You never know. So,
and Paola's been strong forever. I mean, even back when I was wrestling in the late 60s, early 70s, they've always been a powerhouse.
So let's go over. I'm going to give the varsity rosters real quick. We'll start with Tonganoxie first. Like we mentioned, the freshman Tyler Crisp and sophomore Brody Starcher at 106 and 113. Going to be left open by Holton. So they'll call them out onto the mat and say that it's open. They'll raise the hand, and that'll be pretty much it for them. We will start at 120. Jordan Boswell, a senior for Tonganoxie, at 126. Clayton Crookham, a sophomore, at 132. Blake Riedel, a freshman. We grew up watching his older brother Corbin, a two-time state champion here at Tonganoxie High School, one of the best to come through the program. Actually was one of the first to break a long stride skid of there were no state champion wrestlers for a really, really long time. Finally, in the 2018-2019 season, Corbin Riedel and Connor Searcy both, they broke through that seal. I think they both actually went and going to repeat, or at least Corbin repeated, and Connor might have finished second that following season, their senior year campaigns. And then ever since then, I mean, it's kind of been like the faucet's been fully turned on. Coach Delich has come in here, has really got this program cooking as they are bringing home hardware constantly from the state tournament. At 138, we'll have Dax Duffett, the sophomore. And at 144, I know you're looking forward to seeing this young man, Braden Moore, the number one wrestler at 4A, number one in the entire state of Kansas at 144, and he ranks number 4 in pound for pound in the state of Kansas. For those that might not be familiar, pound for pound in wrestling, being number 4 out of every wrestler in the state. Just try to encapsulate how impressive and that is for Braden Moore.
Yeah, it's just amazing. He's got mad skills. I'm telling you, he's technically sound, and he's a tough competitor. Can't wait to watch him wrestle.
And right behind him, another great one at 150, Noah Bailey, the senior, number 1 in 4A at 150, and number 2 in the entire state at 150. He's going to be looking to put on another show tonight.
Yeah, and hopefully either one or both of those wrestlers may be represented by the in the Shrine Bowl for boys wrestling this year.
Yeah, potentially.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about
by invite only.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that Shrine Duels, give some more information on that a little bit later on. At 157, Emmett Crockham, a junior. At 165, Brady Martin, the sophomore, number 4 in 4A at 165, and number 7 in the entire state at 165. 175, Cale Dye Jr., the incredible interior lineman on the football field. Looking forward to see what he can do here on the wrestling mat at 175. And talking about another stud on the football field at 190, we got Colton Bruisman, number 3 in 4A, number 5 all class in the state, and at a loaded 190-pound class in wrestling. I mean, it is just stacked and stacked and stacked. Athletes. And he sits number 3 ranked in there right now. The representative, we can go on with his football accolades, also was elected to be play for the East team in the Kansas Shrine Bowl in football. Potentially could be bidding for a Kansas Shrine Duels honor as well, but at that 190 class, it is so stacked from really east to west in the entire state, but he currently sits at number 3. We rounded out at 215. Braden Folsom, a senior, and the sophomore Gavin Rhodes rounds us up at 285. Now for the Holton Wildcats, again, they'll start at 120 with Lucas Batts, a sophomore, junior, and a junior right behind him, Sean Morrissey at 126. At 132 will be Cesar Sandoval, a sophomore, followed by a freshman, John Gallo, at 132, and another freshman right behind him at 138 in Lane Pruitt. At 144, Cale Hine, a senior. They also have Monte Mitchell, a sophomore, listed at 144, so we'll see who Braden Moore will be taking on at that 144 weight class, either Monte Mitchell or Cale Hine. At 150, it is Brody Nickel, a freshman, and they also have Sebastian Gomez listed. He is a sophomore, so one of the two will be taking on Noah Bailey for Tonganoxie at the 150 weight class. At 157, Andrew Keithley, a sophomore. And at 165, Kyler Jackson, a junior. Another sophomore in there. 175, Cale Frazier. And at 215, Dalton Roush, a senior, one of the 2 seniors on this varsity wrestling squad for the Holton Wildcats. He'll be taking on for the Chieftains Braden Folsom, and they have 2 wrestlers listed at 285, Ian Windsor, a freshman, and Caleb McCrory, a sophomore, to take on Gavin Rhodes. Those are your rosters for tonight. Again, I don't think we're doing any JV tonight. I think we're going to get straight.
We're going to get right to it.
We're going to get straight right into the varsity matchups and stuff. We're going to step aside for a moment. We're going to give some love to our sponsors here while we can, and we still have time. And then we're going to be having some varsity wrestling action between the Chieftains and the Wildcats coming up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, your home for Chieftain Athletics.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Beautiful job there. National anthem being played. That means wrestling is getting started here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Tonight, we're going to have 2 of them here before we start the actual varsity duel. Our first matchup tonight at 132 from Tonganoxie, Owen Leopard, and from Holton, John Gallo.
They just announced the matches that are open for tonight. So
This is just an exhibition match here, partner.
Yeah. And of course, one of the coolest parts is dimming all the lights and just having the spotlight on and the wrestlers going at it in the center circle. So a couple exhibition matches to get us started before we actually get into the JV matches here tonight, to the rest of the varsity matchup, excuse me.
Now there's a single leg shot. He's going to have to get his head up. He's set up for the firemen's if he wants to take it. Both wrestlers back out. Down to a minute to go in this first quarter, or first period. A lot of hand fighting and tying up. There's a good double leg shot right there by the Tongi wrestler. He's awarded 2-point takedown. It's now 2-0. Leffert trying to get his hips down. Got a power wrist there. He's going to try and get a wing, but doesn't have. Now he's got the cross body ride in. Trying to force the head down. Now that's called a Turk. Took him right to his back. He's getting some back points there. Yeah, that was a good move there by Leffert. He's now ahead 4-0. He just got 2 back points there. You can get 2 or 3. He got 2. Leffert chooses down in the referee's position. Trying to get to his feet. Got to clear that wrist out. The Holton wrestler's got that far side ankle. He's reached back and clear that off. Now he's getting tripoding up to his feet. Now they're going to be out of bounds.
So getting a hold of that back ankle. How about the importance when you're the wrestler that's up top in the referee's position, controlling that back ankle, kind of hampering your opponent from trying to get up and get the escape?
Yeah, fundamentally, that's what you want to do is stay anchored, and if you look, you want to stay behind your opponent's shoulders. If you can look down and see the mat, you're too high.
Back down, whistle blows, trying to get up again.
Trying to get to his feet now. He needs to get in. Okay, now we're going to have locked hands on the Holton wrestler, and that's going to be a 1 point for green for locked hands. That's a technical point. You can only have your hands locked on a takedown and on a pinning move. Otherwise, it's a penalty.
Get to his feet quickly this time, and they give him the escape, even though he was close to that outside boundary. Now they're up. Squared up at their feet.
Yeah, he did that really well. What you're supposed to do is get to your feet and fight the hands and then turn into your opponent, which is exactly what he did. He needs to get his head to the side.
Still just driving through anyways, way out. Bring him back in the center and stand him up, but still good effort trying to power through on the takedown.
Yeah, on this next shot, if he could get his head to the side, he'll be able to elevate his hips and complete the move. Now we got Tongi's got a 6-0 lead with 47 seconds in the second period.
Coming up now under 40 seconds left in the second period. And just getting started here on a varsity duel between Tonganoxie and Holton. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Dridden.
Just jockeying for position. Leffert tried to get a 2-on-1. That did. Backed out of it.
Now coming up on short time, 10 seconds. There's not a whole lot going on here. I think both wrestlers might be content. Now we see a shot for that leg. Can he drive it and saved by the horn there?
That was good defense by Leffert there, but with short time, you don't want to give up those 2 points. Well defended. Leffert chooses to go neutral. He's been successful when he's decided to take a shot, either on the single or double, but content right now just to try and set something up.
Third and final period, Olin Leffert currently in front.
He's in for a double leg. He needs to sprawl those legs back, cross face.
He's got that good hold of the left leg, now getting up around and hip drop.
Yeah, he had the whizzer in, which is a good defensive move, but he got over on his hip and had to let it go. So Holton does score. He cuts Leffert loose. Now it's 7-2 with about a minute to go. Yep.
And what was that? You just saw one green and one red.
Yeah, there was a penalty point given to the red wrestler. And now he's got him in a headlock.
Looking to get the pin here, potentially.
He needs to get out a little bit further, get out about 90 degrees and lift that elbow like he is. See how tight he has that?
And he ends up getting it. Olin Leffert picks up the win here, even coming from behind, scoring the pinfall. 30 seconds exactly left in the third period. Can't ask for much better there for the senior. So he gets announced the winner. And that is how things get started here in our duel.
This evening will be from Tonganoxie, Jack Wenzel, and from Holton, Monty Mitchell.
So Mitchell for Holton and Wenzel for Tonganoxie. The second expedition match that we have going before we will get into, I believe, we'll go to 120 Jordan Boswell or Tonganoxie versus Lucas Batts for Holton.
Both wrestlers in a headlock here. Nice double leg. Works up the back. Quickly. Gets the 2 points. He's trying to see what he's doing there. That's called a power half, but see, he's anchored back. He's a little high there, but as long as you have those legs in there and your opponent's belly on the mat, you're in pretty good shape.
Tried to flip him over, couldn't quite do it there. Still right in the back.
Yeah, he's trying to force that half in, but it doesn't work very well if your opponent's on his knees. You need to get his base
There
down.
He goes.
There he
got it perfect. Shoulders down on the mat. Can he get the pinfall? And he can.
Nicely done.
Jack Wenzel wasting very little time. Pinfall within the first period. Yep. So Tonganoxie sweeps the expedition matches 2-0.
Jack Wenzel.
And now I believe it is time for the actual varsity duel.
Yeah, they're going to have the captains come out now. And what you're going to see here, folks, for those of you that aren't familiar with what's going on, for the coin toss out here, the referee has a disc that is red on one side and green on the other side. And we'll finish this thought after the starting lineups.
Let's do it.
At 106 from Holton, 106 from Holton is open for Tonganoxie, Cade Allen. Tonganoxie, Cade Allen. Holton is open. At 113 from Tonganoxie, Tyler Crisp. Holton is open. At 120 from Tonganoxie, Brody Starcher. And from Holton, Lucas Betts. At 126 from Tonganoxie, Jordan Boswell. And from Holton, Sean Morrissey. At 132 from Tonganoxie, Clayton Crookham. And from Holton, Cesar Sandoval. At 138 from Tonganoxie, Blake Riedel. And Holton is open. At 144 from Tonganoxie, Dax Duffin. And from Holton, Cale Hine. At 150 from Tonganoxie, Braden Moore. And from Holton, Brody Nickel. At 157 from Tonganoxie, Noah Bailey. And from Holton, Andrew Keithley. At 165 from Tonganoxie, Brady Martin. And from Holton, Kyler Jackson. At 175 from Tonganoxie, Cale Dye. And from Holton, Cale Fraser. At 190 from Tonganoxie, Colton Bruisman. And Holton is open. At 215 from Tonganoxie, Noah Carlson. And from Holton, Dalton Roush. And at 285 from Tonganoxie, Brayden Folsom. And from Holton, Ian Windsor. Good luck to both teams as we begin.
Okay, so I do believe, and Mr. Witt might have been one off per wrestler, unless if all of a sudden everyone's wrestling up one weight class before. So I think from the KWCA rankings and everything like that, I'm gonna assume that we're just one off, because I don't think Braden Moore is going to be jumped from 144 wrestling to 150. Noah Bailey from 150 to 157 tonight.
No, it sounds like he might have just been one off.
Yeah, with the cancellations and stuff. I think the wrestlers just riding with it, though. It's just kind of
to finish my thought here, partner, is they're going to have this coin flip. You got the captains out there. See, it's red on one side, green on the other. Tonganoxie won the toss, and they're going to choose whether they want even or odd matches to have the choice on whether to go down in the referee's position, on top in the referee's position, neutral, or you can even do a freestyle position.
All right, for our first match of the evening at 106, Holton is open. For Tonganoxie, Kay out.
Isn't it? And Holton open at 106. Pretty easy, said and done there.
That gets the Chieftains 16 points.
For Tonganoxie, Tyler Crisp.
All right, now officially we will start to get going.
From Holton, Lucas Betts. And from Tonganoxie, Brody Starcher.
Brody Starcher comes from a wrestling family.
Yeah, for anybody with been Tonganoxie wrestling, you hear the name Starcher, your mind starts to go back. So many great wrestlers, so
starting with Russ.
Yeah. Ross. Same one before, Patterson, Starcher. Now here with Brody, taking on Bats at 120 for Holton, as this duel is now officially underway here.
Tries to do a snap down right there, the Holton wrestler.
You see him trying to get in close, trying to do it again.
Starcher
Good shoot.
In for a shot. Not able to finish it. Now he's doing the bow and arrow.
Trying to roll him over on that backside.
Yeah, he's got the near side, working for the near side cradle, and he's going to try and take him straight to his back.
And you saw that leverage.
He defended that well, though. He fought the hands and got out of that. He didn't give up any back points.
Bats, if he wanted to keep driving it, he could. He had that left arm all the way around the neck.
Yeah.
He got his feet behind him, but again, great defense by Starcher to break it. And just picked up and dropped right down on his front side.
That's just a crotch lift. He's taking him back to the mat.
Bats looking to finish it here, but keeping light on that right side and getting back over to his stomach is Starcher.
This Holton wrestler's got some skills too.
Lucas Bats, 120. He's a junior, and by looking at him, it is 120 of just pure muscle.
Yeah, he is. He's stout. He's got a favorite move. He's trying to stack him. He needs to get his head. Starcher needs to get his head off the mat.
And now near that boundary, you see Bats trying to bring him back in.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, so it's going to bring him back towards the middle.
Scores 4-0. In favor of Holton here.
First they
Brody to his feet, and nice escape there. Fought the hands and turned into his opponent. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Now a takedown would be really big here for Starcher. Now down by 3, trying to cut into his deficit a little bit.
Yeah, Brody's. Oh man, that was short time. It was a nice sprawl there by Brody to keep from being taken down.
Bats almost had him set up to get a hold of one of those legs and try to power him up and take him down, extend him. Instead, we go to the second.
It looks like we had a bloody nose. Brody's got a bloody nose, so they're going to have a stoppage for that.
Well, while they're doing that, just do want to give a special shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors here at Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's a little bit more difficult to run all the commercials during a wrestling duel or a wrestling meet tournament, so we obviously just want to take this time to thank all of our sponsors. Whether you've been with us from the start in 2020 or if you're just new for us this year, and hopefully moving forward, we appreciate every single one of our great sponsors here in the community and here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We cannot do and provide this great service for the students, their parents, the school, and the community without their tremendous support, and we thank each and every one of you here from all of us at Tonganoxie Sports Live. Again, Brody Starcher getting tended to, sophomore, a little bit of a bloody nose. This gives some extra time here for Bats. So take us into the mind of the wrestler, not the one getting bandaged up, but now for Bats, this is kind of a time. You see him over there on the edge of the mat, kind of talking to the coaches. So what is maybe a conversation like that? What is that looking like right now?
Well, it looks to me like he's working on his wrist. I think his wrist is a little stiff or something. So they're going to throw some tape on that. But they're probably talking to him about how he can what moves are best to try and get him on his back. Starcher needs to get on his feet quickly.
Trying to score another escape, gets dumped down. Bats staying right on top of him.
And Bats is tough.
Now working up to the feet. Starcher, can he find a way, but gets that left leg hook. Great execution there from Bats.
Well, it was a big crossface and then another crotch lift. That's a power half right there.
You see him not interlocking the hands, grabbing onto the wrist, so it is okay.
Yeah.
Almost another getaway, but still spinning him down, holding on to that single leg.
Control the head, crossface, there you go.
And when you're saying crossface, explain what does that mean?
Well, you want to put, it's just like a shiver in football. You want to put your forearm across your opponent's face.
Got a hold of that back right leg, just kind of holding on to it by the toes.
Yeah, now if neither wrestler gains an advantage here, the referee's going to call a stalemate and put them back on their feet. Yeah,
and there it goes right there. You saw him kind of counting down, was looking, waiting for someone to try to make a move, make an advantage, and we might have another stoppage here for some potential bleeding. Yeah, we do. So already second stoppage here in our first bout of this duel.
Both wrestlers are bleeding now. Tough sport.
And still taking a time getting that.
It looks like they're working on Batts' lip. It was Starcher's nose, so I'm going to go back out there. One with a busted lip and one with a bloody nose.
That obviously tells you there when they're getting close that maybe just colliding heads, busting the nose open, and getting the lip as well for Batts.
Takes a lot of courage to go out there mano a mano.
During that time, I did run down, talk to the AD here, Cody Witt. The rosters we do have here, they are off by one. So we do have the official bout right here. Obviously, we put that together. Now we'll come and disinfect areas on the mat. Again, just kind of a little bit of a roadmap of what's coming up as far as wrestling-wise here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll have the Boys Frontier League tournament coming up 6 days from now, this upcoming Wednesday, February 7th, starting at 3 p.m. That will be at Spring Hill High School, but it will be covered by the Spring Hill High crew. We'll be there as well. It'll be kind of like a mega cast going on, but it'll also be streamed here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, on Spring Hill Sports Live, and the rest of our Frontier League channels, so Lewisburg, Paola, and Baldwin Sports Live. And I can officially confirm, after learning of some information earlier in the night, on Saturday, February 17th, regional action here. We will be here to cover it here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So that's going to be a special time, as tickets to state are going to be punched, and they will be punched right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Yeah, we're back to live action here. Brody needs to get his hips up. That's strong on that wrist, and he's trying to do the power half again. He's very fundamentally sound. He's going to do that tilt. He's got it set up.
And the score still sits 4-1 for Batts and Holton. Those are the team points you see on the score bug. So Tongi as a team is up 12 points to none.
There's a Granby roll. That's called a Granby roll. But that's followed nicely by Batts. That tells you that's an experienced wrestler.
Light on his feet, anticipating it coming from Starcher.
We're going to have a no, he's just signaling he's on top.
Goes out the final 17
right
seconds.
Short time. Fight the hands.
Trying to break free. Starcher trying to spin. Again, has a tight grip on that waist.
All right, now you got a warning. All right, yeah, you got a penalty point going to Starcher because they called the Holton wrestler for stalling. So now Brody is just 2 points away here. We're going into the third period. Let's see what Starcher picks. He's going to go neutral. No, he's going to go neutral. If you're going to do that, you need to take him down. Brody needs to be the aggressor here because he's already got a stalling point against Holton right now. Brody's being the more aggressive wrestler here. There you go. Single leg. Finish it.
And he does.
No, he's got to pull him back on the mat. Now he got it.
There, yes.
And for those of you at home that are used to watching wrestling from a long time ago, normally that would have been called out of bounds. But as long as one wrestler has 2 anchor points, whether it be 2 feet, a foot and an elbow or whatever inside the line, they're going to allow it. Brody's fighting that double leg. He already gave it up, so he's going to bail out of there. That's now 8-4. Short time. We got about 30 seconds to go here. Brody's going to have to go if he wants to score.
He's going to have to try to pull something really miraculous off or try to flip him over and score that pinfall, but short time.
Yeah, he needs a 5. There he goes. There's another escape. Now he needs a takedown quickly. You're down to 20 seconds. Yeah. Coach Delley's telling him to fire on the legs because he's got to have a takedown. Got to go. Short time. There it is.
Down to 15.
Finish it. He gave up but he had to do that. I mean, you have to be aggressive, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So that's going to do it. 10-5. Starcher's going to go have a loss here.
Winner from Holton, Lucas Batts.
Lucas Batts picks up the win for Holton. Right there, taking it all the way to the third and final period.
You can see the muscle definition on Batts. Wow.
Jordan Boswell.
And here is the 126 Jordan Boswell, the senior for Tonganoxie, taking on Sean Morrissey. As for Boswell, trying to cap off again on senior night. Obviously, you want to come out and you want to shine the brightest here on your senior night. Both wrestlers shaking hands in the center, and the whistle blows, and we get going.
That was an arm drag that he tried to finish with a double, but defensed well by Boswell.
And both wrestlers just tied up here. Attempt at the leg was Boswell.
Tried to do a snap down. Boswell countered.
So we've already seen that.
That was an arm drag. Yep. Well executed by the Holton wrestler. He needs to get his hips up. There, he got his hips up. Now get your feet. There's a set out. He was going to try and do a switch or a reversal. That didn't quite work out. He's got that far arm setting up. See, that's a freestyle move right there, where you see where he lifted the legs and stepped through and had the far arm, but he didn't get any back points, so it's still 2-0. You see how he's hooked back there on that ankle. Fundamentally sound there.
Final seconds ticking down here. 2-0 advantage for Morrissey. And they'll take it as we start the second period coming up here.
Yeah, I believe this will be Holton's choice. He deferred, so now it's Tongi's choice. He wants to go neutral.
So in that decision, is it always either up to the coaches? Is it a preference on the wrestler? What's kind of the thought process of going into that?
Well, there's different philosophies, and it depends on who you talk to. A lot of guys, if you're behind, a lot of times they'll pick down because it's easier to get an escape than it is to turn someone. So a lot of times they'll do that, and you want to be fresh when you're down below, so you have an opportunity to do more. When you're in that third period and you're on bottom, it's tough.
Where endurance really starts to become a factor when you get into those later periods. this point in the season, everyone pretty well conditioned.
Yeah, and Boswell, he was, he got taken down in that first period, but he chose to go neutral. So he must have some confidence that he's going to be able to take the Holton wrestler down, but so far nothing. There it is. He's deep on the single, but he's got to get his head up. See how the Holton wrestler, that's a crossface. And he
Morrissey.
Morrissey broke him down, and now he's got a reverse half in, and he's getting back points. That was nicely done. He trapped that arm coming around the head.
You see Boswell trying his best to try to hook that right leg, trying to keep his momentum and that weight on that side, but it's getting tougher and tougher as he's dragging him.
Yeah, if you've never been in that position, man, you want to tap out.
And you see the way his body was just contorted there.
Yeah.
Really tough for Jordan Boswell. So that's back-to-back victories for Holton. That's going to bump the team totals up just a little bit. We'll now move along to 132.
It'd be 12-9 because a pin is worth 6 points, and just a decision is worth 3. So here we go.
Clayton Crookham at 132 for Tonganoxie. Cesar Sandoval over on the other side as Tonganoxie looking to pick up some momentum here. Swept the 2 expedition matches, but have dropped the first 2 here in the varsity duel.
You get it? Yeah, there it is. He's got 2-point control there, so he's got a takedown. He's trying to get his hips down, controlling the wrist. He's trying to work for a chicken wing on this side, on the near side here.
And for the chicken wing, we see a lot of wrestlers trying to go for that. Why is that a favorite, trying to get that advantage of that chicken wing?
Well, because if you can get that chicken wing in and capture the far wrist, you just walk that up to the head, and the wrestler on bottom has no choice but to go to his back. It's a great turn move.
Trying to drive for some hand positioning.
He's trying for the near side cradle there, but that didn't work out. Trying to break his opponent's hips down. That's a nice arm chop right there. Now he's working for that chicken wing. That's a nice job pulling him back on the mat.
Good move to bring him back towards closer to the center, inside the circle.
Yeah, that was actually a tilt, but he didn't get him exposed for any back points. That's a freestyle move. It's becoming more and more popular in high school.
Crookham doing a good job of staying back, not getting too far up front.
He's staying anchored back there. See how he's got that ankle around the knee?
Yep.
That's good technique. That's another tilt. And now he's trying to get the back points. See how he's lifting that leg? Now he got a count of 1, but you got to have a count of 2 to get a 2-point near fall.
Short time and a first period dominated so far for Clayton Crookham over Cesar Sandoval.
Well, he came really close to getting some back points.
And choice for Crookham and Tonganoxie, who elect to choose down, so feeling fairly confident in his ability to try to escape.
Yep.
Well, for Sandoval, you're only down by 2
nice
right now.
job. He's got the head and arm.
Wasting no time.
Nice job. Ends up with a reversal. He was trying to take him to his back there, but he lost the head when he tried to turn him. Now you have a wrist and a half. But it works much better if you can get your opponent's belly on the mat.
You see the knees under Sandoval, and I'm sure that's what he's being coached to do in this position. Now they're out from underneath him, maybe in prime position for Crookham.
Yeah, Crookham's working that wrist really hard. He's really trying to get that wing in there. He wants that wing really bad. Sandoval's doing a good job of countering the wing, though.
So I'm trying to straighten that right arm down as low as possible, still working for that.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful with that because the referee will watch that. If he's just doing all defense and not trying to get out, he'll warn him for stalling. because it's really hard to turn a wrestler that's stalling, especially if they're on their knees. Crookham getting a little bit bored with this right now.
Bringing it back to the center. This time Sandoval will be down in the referee's position. Crockham on top.
They chop the arm, working that wrist. I like the way he stays anchored in the back. That's good. That's good fundamentals. It's not too high.
This is pretty much what it's been the whole entire match. Is Sandoval on his front side, Crockham dominating up on his back and trying to fight, get any advantage, trying to get a hold of that wrist.
Yeah, look for that half on the far side there because Sandoval was getting over on his hip. I like the way Crookham uses his legs, though. He's pretty skilled at that. Now, there's your warning. I told you, if you're just going to lay there and not wrestle, you're going to get penalized. Short time, though.
Second try to get up. It wasn't getting anywhere. It's 4-0 advantage for Crockham going into the third and final period. Total team scores 12-9 currently for Tonganoxie. So we've been talked about. We've seen it a couple times already with the stalling. We've seen a couple of warnings. So is there kind of like a leniency kind of thing, or is it a set amount? Is it like a referee's discretion when you do that?
Yes, the referee is going to make that call in real time. That was really well defended. The Holton wrestler tried to do what's called a snake, where you're around the head, but defended well by Crookham. He sagged his hips back, popped the elbow off, and ended up getting the takedown.
Kind of getting that tilt and getting back on top. You can tell one of his favorite moves. He's pulled off already a couple times.
Chin drop right there, chin drop. Nicely done.
So all the way he had that chin on the left shoulder trying to hanker it down, but Sandoval able to at least get back.
Crookham's getting a little frustrated that he's not wrestling. There's the bow and arrow. Well, he didn't finish it.
At this point, this is just Sandoval trying to make it without getting pinned. We're under a minute, 6-0 advantage for Crockham.
And see, this is important in team points. If he can stay or keep from getting pinned, he'll only give up 3 team points instead of 6. Crookham got him on his back now.
Taking him down, able to bridge out.
He needs to reverse the half.
Oh, hook at the leg there, old style pin.
Yeah. He's a really good leg wrestler. You need to lift that far arm. Now go ahead and get back. You're not going to get him turned down.
But 3 points added for Crockham.
Yeah. 9-0.
And that's going to pretty much put this one away, barring a Sandoval pinfall coming up here. He's got 21 seconds to work with, but by the way he's been wrestling so far in this match, it's fairly improbable.
Wow, Coach
Especially starting at the bottom.
Coach Delich is really urging him to try and get the fall for the team points. That's a sit out to a switch that was countered well by Crookham.
Hard thud back down to the mat, knees underneath him, under his belly. 10 seconds now, short time.
There's your tilt, and he's going to get back points this time.
But can he get his leverage up front? You see the shoulders wiggling free, and it's not going to matter.
Well, the tilt is usually not a pinning move. It's a scoring move.
So I'll rack up at least the team points for Tongi.
Yeah, he was trying to get a technical fall there because if he'd get that, he'd get more team points than just the 3.
So for Crookham, picks up the win there.
I was impressed.
Towards the end, 9-0.
I was impressed with the way Crookham wrestled there.
So we now move to 138. Blake Riedel for Tonganoxie, and it is left open. At least says unknown for Holton. I think there is a wrestler that is going to be coming out.
No.
We'll see.
No.
Yeah, that's it.
I wanted to see him wrestle too because that's a wrestling family right there. Big brother Corbin was a 2-time state champion.
So a short night for Blake Riedel. So we'll go to 144. Cale Hine being introduced, and Dax Duffett for Tonganoxie. As we're starting to get into the kind of the meat and potatoes of this varsity wrestling lineup, if you will, as Braden Moore is going to be coming up on deck here in a little bit. Noah Bailey Some of the top wrestlers in their weight classes in 4A in the state of Kansas. We'll start here with Dax Duffett taking on Cale Hine.
Nice single leg. Needs to finish it, lift it, step over, elevate.
Taking the momentum
Nicely
with
done.
them.
That was good defense, but Duffett did not panic. He didn't give it up. Now he gives up the 2. Oh, you got to be careful here. He's got the chicken wing, but you see how he's fighting it? He's grabbing his own wrist.
Trying to keep that left wrist out far as extended as possible.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of that wing.
He might have it now, though.
Yep.
Able to drive him forward up near the head. Tough position here for Duffett.
Yeah.
Really, really tough here and trying to bridge out. Look at the
Nice bridge.
strength, but can't quite get him over as it's right on top of him. And can't quite bridge out, setting it in.
He let the wing go and has got a half Nelson. Now he's got it deep.
You see the armpit basically vice gripping around the neck and the head of Duffett.
He's in trouble. Duffett's doing everything he can, but
Hine will close it out. Good effort from Duffett, though, was caught in some compromisable positions a couple times early there. Still showed some hurt and some effort, but Cale Hine will pick up the pinfall victory for Holton. So now we'll move along. 150, Brody Nickel for Holton will be taking on Braden Moore of Tonganoxie. Braden coming in number 1 in 4A in his class, number 1 in his weight class in the whole entire state of Kansas, and number 4 as far as pound for pound in the entire state of Kansas. And this is a kid that has made it almost a tradition of the past few years of going to the state tournament and bringing home hardware. He's going to be looking to do it again here this year in his senior season.
yeah, he's a treat to watch wrestler. If you know anything about wrestling, oh, nice single leg to the mat.
2 points picked up early here.
Took him down in 8 seconds.
And you've heard us talk about
And
he wants neutral.
Yeah, what he's going to do there, he's going to give up a point to Holton there so he can get back on his feet. That's a fireman's carry right there. I mean, textbook. And he took him to his back. He's getting back points. He's going to get a 2-point near fall. No, he's just
toying with him.
Yeah, here's what he's doing. He's working on his moves on his feet. He's getting ready for the next level in postseason.
Yeah, this is the point. Like you said, you're 6 days from the league tournament. Regionals will be coming here February 17th, and obviously the state tournament not too far behind after that. And
now there's that tilt again.
This is definitely a young man for Coach Delich's squad. His mind is well beyond just this home duel here. Obviously on senior night, he wants to come out and be dominant. That's what he's doing right now, up 8-2 already.
He's going to get tired of playing with him here in a minute. Now there you go. He lifts that far out. He lost the wing though, but he still has the far arm. And he's tough.
Tough position here for Nickel, and he might just be saying, just pin me and let's get this over with. But
now you got to give him credit. He fought off of his back there. Not a lot of guys do that against Braden Moore. Braden's got that chicken wing again. Now let's see if he sits with it.
Gets the hips set down, trying to get those shoulders down. Official right there on top of that. Right shoulder still up, though, but you see him good pivoting.
That's a pin.
Yeah, not sure how they haven't blown the whistle and smacked Matt. There it is. Dominant. 13-2 was probably on his way to a tech fall, but he says, I would prefer the pinfall.
Yep.
Dominant outing. We've been talking about the Kansas Shrine Duels and how it's going to be the best of the best in each weight class from the East and the West. Braden Moore might be throwing his name in the hat to be the 150 representative for the boys bracket of the Shrine Duels.
Man, he is good.
At 157 from Holton, Andrew Keithley.
So we'll keep moving on. Keithley will be up next for Holton. Coming in at 157, and another top wrestler for Tonganoxie, Noah Bailey.
Good football player, too.
Number 1 in 157 in Class 4A, and number 2 in 157 in the entire state of Kansas. We got another treat upcoming here. Watch this young man. You've seen him wrestle a couple of times. Is there something about his craft that you admire the most out here?
he and Braden are both. Braden Moore so technically sound and fundamentally, and that's what wins state championships. You don't see those fancy moves. There's a single leg trying to come out the back door, which he does. It boils down to fundamentals at the state level. He's got a chicken wing.
Bringing back within the circle, maybe trying to work
Now he's going to
around.
do the tilt.
Obviously something that Coach Delich is teaching inside his wrestling room during practices.
Well, and what you'll also see is these wrestlers are in the summertime are entering a bunch of freestyle tournaments, so they're learning even more freestyle. Now, freestyle is what's wrestled in the Olympics. And this is, there it is. That was just a matter of time.
Well, one of the two most dominant and well-recognized wrestlers of this Tonganoxie team coming out and getting back-to-back pinfalls within the first period, just pure dominance.
Yeah. They're so, he and Braden Moore are both so explosive. It's amazing to me, but they do it fundamentally sound.
So next we'll see Kyler Jackson and Brady Martin in the 165 weight class. Brady Martin, number 4 in 4A, only has a sophomore, and number 7 all throughout across the state of Kansas in his weight class as well. Again, only a sophomore, so this young man still has 2 more years to go, and he's already off to a great start.
Yeah, partner, though, like we've talked before, he might be a sophomore in high school, but I would be willing to bet that he's been wrestling since he was probably 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, you start him out at that kids club level. Tonganoxie has notoriously had a great kids club wrestling, and that's what's funneled in so much great success here at the high school level and even a little bit beyond when they go on if they choose to wrestle collegiately.
Nice drag. Quick. Man, he's quick.
Lightning quick is Brady Martin.
He's just going to let him go. He's going to take him down.
It's also going to be a young man over the summer we gear up towards the next football season. He'll be coming in as a junior, as he will have some holes to fill from this big senior class that we just graduated, coming off I won't say one of the best season in school and program history.
Yes.
But knowing Brady, he will be up for the challenge, no doubt about it. 2-1 early in this first period, closing in on a minute. Tonganoxie has scored back-to-back pinfalls in the first 2 matches, courtesy of Braden Moore and Noah Bailey in the first period, looking to go 3 in a row.
Just trying to set that drag up again. Counters the double.
A good shootout.
See, he's got a whizzer in on this near side. He wants to get his foot out.
Getting hold of that left ankle.
He's going to give it up, though. That was good defense, but
so you say
countered well by Holton.
So you say that wizard, you see a lot of wrestlers shooting that move. Explain that for someone that might not be familiar. What exactly is the wizard?
Yeah, if somebody gets in on your single leg, you want to throw your arm around and get it into their armpit and force their chest to the mat. Makes it much more difficult for them to elevate and finish the move.
And it's all about once you get that one leg below, you want to try to get as much weight down as possible.
Crotch lift to take him back to the mat. Fight in the hands, and you got him to
drop out.
That was a textbook. Get to your feet, fight the hands, turn into your opponent. Coach Delich is getting on him a little bit here. That's a whizzer. You see that whizzer right there?
Mm-hmm. But doesn't have it in very well, though, and not working out. Continuing to drive is Martin.
Yeah, Martin's
awkward position here.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Short time.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't stop that for a potentially dangerous move.
They let it go, and finally 2 points awarded. I'll make it 5-3 advantage. Short time, horn sounds. Impressive first period for Brady Martin.
Yeah, it's a good match.
If you ask Coach Delich, I don't know.
Delich was really not real happy with.
But the sign of a great coach, though, is they are never truly ever satisfied until they win a championship and they're holding a trophy. So continuously working on that craft.
Well, he's trying to prepare him for the next level.
Mm-hmm. This is the time now. This is the duel. This is the meet that if you got any of those moves that you've kind of been working on, either in practice, you've been playing around with, this is the time you want to try to do it, because you don't want to try to do it at the league tournament, or maybe even mess around at the league tournament. Once you get to the regionals and then even to the state championship, you definitely don't want to be trying something. If it backfires, that could end up costing you your potential hardware.
Yeah, I'd say you'd even do it through the league tournament unless you haven't ever won it before. But, those wrestlers should be honing these skills, getting ready for the postseason.
That's what they've been doing this entire season for Coach Delich and the rest of his coaching staff. They've been going out to a lot of the great wrestling tournaments here in the state, even going out of state for a couple of them. Not too long ago, we're just at the Bobcat Classic up the road at Basin Linwood High School. When you talk about some of the best talent and one of the best high school wrestling tournaments at that Bobcat Classic, you're getting wrestlers not only from Kansas, you're getting them some from Arkansas, Texas, Iowa, Nebraska, Oklahoma.
I've been to it, and it's something to behold. If you're a true wrestling fan, I would encourage you to go see that Bobcat Classic. Now, you got a warning for stalling on green, which is making it difficult for Martin to try and turn him.
Well, Martin is in green for Tonganoxie, so they gave it like the stalling to him.
See how he scooted his hips through there and followed it? That's exactly what you're supposed to do. He's got to watch out.
So Kyler Jackson
don't
on top.
Expose your back. See how he followed clear through with that?
Under 30 seconds in this second period. Trying to peel off that hand is Jackson. Trying to sit out, get back up. A little bit too high for Martin, and he does get out the escape. Makes it a little bit closer, 5-4, short time under 10, and we'll bring him back to the center.
Got a good match going on here, 5-4. Martin's still up by 1.
Martin definitely winning in the first period. I'd have to give the second period to Kyler Jackson, though. So we'll set it up perfectly as we head to the third. Still anybody's contest. Tongi dominating on the team points right now, 34-15. As we're closing down after this one concludes, we will have 4 more matches. So Tongi at least right now sitting pretty comfortably, they're probably going to be going on to picking up the victory here for the duel. But
you never know. There could be a lot of pinfalls still.
So you never know. But given the wrestlers that at least are coming for Tongi, it's going to be really hard for Holton to come out.
Martin's got to be careful here because he's already got a stalling warning. So the next time is going to be a point for his opponent, which would tie it up. See Brady get to his feet and fight the hands like he did to get that last escape. Brady's looking a little gassed here. He's trying to get a switch. See how he was reaching for that back leg.
And Martin, I think wisely, you saw him kind of scooting a little bit, just taking the momentum outside, so they'll reset. It doesn't get much easier, though, as Martin's going to be down in the referee's position.
Yeah.
So now I guess they actually deferred, so they're just going to stand up. They're going to go neutral.
Yep. I think that's a wise move by the Holton wrestler there because there was no way he was going to turn Martin. But he has taken him down a couple times.
That's good job keeping the hips back, getting behind him now. Can he lift him up and bring him down? Executed perfectly for Brady Martin.
Yeah, he's got the arm lever right there. He's probably going to work that to a wing. He's got the half open over here on this side if he wants it.
Now looking in that direction right now. Head is over on the right side of the body. Yeah, Jackson now starting to maybe fight for that wrist on the left side.
He's still has it tucked under the belly. That wing in.
Goes it in on 30 seconds. Martin trying to close this one up. 4-point advantage.
Granby roll right there, but Martin just followed that really nicely.
And the balance and the wherewithal to stay with him now on short time.
He's got a figure four around the waist.
And that's just kind of it. You see Jackson kind of just saying, that's it. Short time. Great match. Great respect for these two wrestlers shown to each other right there. one of the best matches we have seen tonight overall. Brady Martin getting the victory, 8-4 after 3 periods over Kyler Jackson.
He's not really happy with his performance. You can tell.
They're on the headset. But again, these are the kind of things that this is a match you want to try to have here at this time. Learn from it, get better from it, and move forward. So now we'll move forward. 175, Cale Dye for Tonganoxie taking on Cale Frazier. So the battle of Cales here in the 175 weight class. You doing the Macarena over there?
Not me. I don't even know how. See if I can tell you one thing. Cale's going to win.
They don't call you the best color commentator here at Tongi Sports Live for nothing, huh? A bit of a feel-out process here, getting things started in the first period. Would you always be in favor in these kind of matches? Is it you prefer a wrestler to come out to try to be aggressive, shooting the legs like that early, or?
Yeah, well, you know, my old coach, which obviously influenced my coaching style, was aggression. You know, his statement was either take him down or run him out of the gym.
Still has a hold of that single leg for the left.
He's got the whizzer in. He needs to finish it.
Drops down to a knee, gets a hold around the neck for Dye.
He was trying to put the snake in, but wasn't able to get it. Cale Dye tried to do a little snap down there, but didn't quite pull it off. That was a nice shot.
Got him wrapped around by both legs, and he drives him and takes him down. Perfectly executed there for Cale Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier did a nice job. That was a textbook double leg takedown. Cale Dye needs to get off his hip. See how he's Frazier is riding the legs and trying to break. He's got his hips down.
Short time here.
Yeah. Dye's got to get to his base. That's what he's doing. He's got to be careful here because this is a move that they can take you to your back with it, but he ran out of time.
Great choice, and Dye, the instructions of Coach Delich, will be down.
Yeah. I think that's wise because he gave up a takedown, so you don't want to go neutral. And like we talked about earlier, it's easier to escape than it is to get back points. And he needs to score. And he's using that. He's kind of high, but he keeps the legs in. See how he's keeping Dye's hips down? You got to have your hips up and your head up if you're going to wrestle. There you go. Now you try to get to your feet, fight the hands. That's potentially dangerous. They're going to put him back on in the referee's position. Minute 24 to go. Cale Dye down 2-0 to Frazier. Good job getting to his feet there, but countered by Frazier. I notice these Holton wrestlers like that crotch lift a lot. Cale was trying to get the snake in there to try and take Frazier to his back, but wasn't able to get the hips in the move. So
he's trying to spin around to get bound to the back of the hips.
He's got to control that head, but he's got to get behind that arm.
That's Frazier wrapping that right arm around the leg, anchoring Cale Dye in place, not allowing him to get around.
He only got about 40 seconds left to go. He needs to do something here. He needs to try and crossface. Referee's going to call a stalemate here.
Whoa.
Force your hips up. Well, they like that crossface. He's trying to take him to a Turk because see how you got the legs hooked in there? When Cale tries to get to his base, he's open. He's got to be aware that he's open for the Turk. But the time ends. We're going to go into the third period. Cale Dye needs to score here.
And it's just still, even though it's felt like Cale has been dominated at least through these first two periods, he's only still down 2-0, so there hasn't been a lot of scoring happening.
Yeah. Let's see what Coach Delich has him do. He's going to give him time to try and turn him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Coach doesn't have him turn him loose and try and take him down. But Cale's been taken down already by Frazier. Now it's 3-0. Cale's, that's about 1:40 to go. He's going to have to go.
Might see him start to be a little bit aggressive here, trying to score for a takedown. I mean, now shoots, gets a hold of that
single leg. He needs to come out the back door if he can. There you go. They're going to call it for potentially dangerous if not careful.
Frazier was able to counter it. Now he's in control.
Yeah.
Try to turn over. Yep. 2 more points added off Cale Frazier.
Yeah, he's trying to get that near side cradle. Cale Dye needs to get his head off the mat. That's the old bow and arrow there. There you go. Cale got the takedown now, but he's only got about 30 seconds to go. That's a good move. He let him up. You got to let him up and take him down. Let him up and take him down. That's your only hope right now. Or take him to his back.
Good sprawl out from Frazier, keeping those legs and hips back.
Yeah, Frazier's
spinning around, gets a hold of that right leg. Prize for Frazier and try to get his feet under and try to power through that, but right now, 6-2 advantage, 10 seconds now. Things looking pretty
Cale needs
well in hand.
Yeah. Trying to see how he's trying to get that leg out of there, but it's not working. That crossface will do it.
So that will do it. A lot of action happening there towards in the third period, but it'll end 6-2 as Frazier will win the battle at the Cales in the 175 weight class. And now we'll move along to 190. That is going to be open, so unfortunately we will not see Colton Brusman wrestle tonight, but he's another one of the highly touted wrestlers here at Tonganoxie. Number 3 in 4A, and again, not only in the 4A weight class of 190, but just the 190 weight class as a whole. Tremendously stacked across the whole entire state.
That's just walk-up music. You gotta love it.
They commit to move on to Minot State to play football, home of the Beavers and Minot State in the Dakotas. So he's going to come out, get the hand raised, get a handshake, and we will definitely be seeing him coming up Wednesday, February 7th at the Boys Frontier League tournament.
Battling for a league championship.
Holton, Roush.
Our penultimate match of the night here at 2:15. Noah Carlson of Tongi and Dalton Roush of Holton on deck. We'll wrap it up at 285. Braden Folsom for Tongi and Ian Windsor.
So you can officially put that win in the book now.
Yes, can't. Yeah, total team points for Tongi 43-18 of Holton. So they don't have to worry about that, but trying to close out strong these final 2 matches right here.
Oh, that was a nice drag.
Getting up high, trying to bring him down, dropping the hips, Sal, but it gets the takedown.
Yep. Carlson trying to set out, but he got chin drop. Got to be careful there. If you do a long set out, you're open to that chin drop. You want to stay compact when you set your legs out. He's going to work that half, take him right to his back. Oh, he's got that so tight.
Very, very tight, and that will do it right there. Dalton Roush comes out, gets the pinfall for Holton, helping Carlson up. You can tell Roush really experienced in his own right.
Good sportsmanship there.
So our final match of the duel here, as already mentioned, Braden Folsom versus Ian Windsor.
At 285, from Holton, Ian Windsor.
We're going to have plenty
From
of wrestling coming up here still to come. Between the Frontier League Boys Tournament coming up Wednesday, and I can officially say, as long as you and I are available, the ball's been put in our court for regionals here inside Chieftain Arena, Saturday, February 17th.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm pretty comfortable in telling everybody we'll be here. We'll be covering that, so be able to follow the Chieftains all the way in the league tournament to the regional tournament and see who gets to punch their ticket to the state tournament, the big dance.
Not much action going. That was a nice shot, single leg right there.
Taking him down. Good move by Folsom. He'll add 2
Folsom
points.
Did a good job. That's a power half. He's trying to get.
How dominant Braden Folsom was this year on the football team as well. Called his name on numerous occasions on the defensive side. The ball came up with some huge pressures, pass deflections, even some sacks. He's keeping this in control right now over Windsor.
Yeah, Windsor's going to get a warning for stalling if he doesn't do something. He's just kind of balled up down there trying not to get pinned. And he got a wing. He's got a wrist. He's going to run it to his head.
See him moving it around, driving it. Look how tight that is. Wrist gets loose. Still trying to drive him and get his hips back a little bit more. You see his feet are off the mat.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have enough to drive him over to get the pinfall. Near fall being counted. Braden Folsom trying to finish this. Oh, he's close.
Yeah. Oh,
it's allowed him to come out on the other side. Windsor. Now he picks Folsom up and he takes him down. From what was a near pinfall, now all of a sudden Windsor is in control, and after all that, we're going to bring it back to the middle for one final second of this first period after it looked like it was all over.
Folsom's got the choice. He's choosing down.
It was only 1 second. Whistle's going to blow. Pretty much the horns are going to go. There it is.
Oh, Green has the choice. So Holton's got
Red
the choice.
deferred.
Did he defer?
Holton deferred. And Folsom will go on top.
Folsom is an athletic 285, I can tell you that. There's a good half right there. He needs to get a little bit deeper. He lost it. He reversed it, though. That's good. He's going to get more back points.
Trying to get the knees out from underneath Windsor. See him trying to drive.
Yeah.
Gets him down to a side.
He's got him on his hip. I can't see what he's got. He's working for a wing again, but I don't think he's got it.
Not yet. Working for it.
Yeah.
On that left side, see him trying to fight for it. Now on the right side. Windsor starting to get up. Will Folsom let him go? And he will. Takes the score 7-3, close in. Final minute of period number 2. Tie up around the head and neck.
He tried. The Holton wrestler tried to do a head and arm, a head throw, headlock.
30 seconds
He's
left.
trying to set it up again. Folsom's got to be careful he doesn't get caught in that headlock. There it is.
He's able to slip out of it.
You see he had it. He was trying to set it up. I could tell. Yeah, I wouldn't tie up with him. He needs the single leg. He had a lot of success taking him down with that single leg.
And that will do it. Third in the final period of the final match of this duel between the Wildcats and the Chieftains. 7-3 advantage for Folsom. Now he will be down. Folsom will.
Get to your feet, fight the hands. Now he's back on. He's up 8-3 now, with just 6 seconds gone in this third period here. Don't headlock him, because if he gets that head and arm, that's dangerous. That's a 5-point move at the minimum. So he's trying to get it.
Trying to drag it down. Gets Folsom down to a knee. He slips it out again, so he's been kind of playing with fire in a sense, is Braden Folsom, but
yeah, he's definitely trying to set. Oh, careful!
Trying to spin around to the back. Moving along with him is Folsom. Still trying to keep his knees underneath him. Windsor trying to drive him, now gets him on his backside. Problem here for Braden Folsom, and he gets pinned, and a come from behind for Windsor, down of 1.83, scored 2 points on the takedown and gets the pinfall.
Yeah.
As the Chieftains
bad.
dropped the final match. So while that battle was lost, the Chieftains did hypothetically win the war tonight.
Extra match of the evening of 132 from Holton, Sebastian Gomez.
So it looks like we're going to have one more expedition match here at 132 weight class. Gomez for Holton. And as for Tonganoxie, you get a name pronounced here.
And from Tonganoxie, Jack Wenzel.
This is Jack Wenzel. We saw Owen Leffert wrestle in the expedition before we got things started. Now Wenzel will close it out, but
Nice job on the single leg. You need to finish it, elevate, get your head to the side. There you go, switching off legs. Got to get your head to the side.
still has a hold of that left leg.
He comes out and gets the points.
As the twos echo throughout the gymnasium here inside Chieftain Arena.
That's a Turk. See, he's got the cross body right in there. He's going to have to scoot his hips through if he doesn't want to give up this reversal.
He's got his arms around, but
yeah, they're going to. He tried to set up that head and arm, but now Tonga's going to be penalized a point for locked hands. Two to one, with about a minute to go here in the first period. He likes that. Now he's got both legs in. That's called a grapevine. With a half, he's trying to turn him. Wow, he's got it.
And does he ever?
Yeah, he's got it tight. Doesn't have to half tight, but he's locked up on those legs. See, that's a good sense of balance and mat awareness. He just stepped right over and maintain control. Now he's got a. He's going to get two more back points there. That was kind of a modified tilt.
Trying to drive it up. Now has the shoulders back down on the mat.
Old-fashioned half Nelson.
Says, why get fancy and tackle with 2 seconds to spare in the first period. Jack Wenzel caps it off.
Thank you, everyone, for coming
And that will do it.
Yeah.
We're here tonight. Treated again to some more great wrestling here tonight.
Before we leave, partner, I don't know if they're not going to turn the lights on, but over there on the other side of the gymnasium, there's tables set up for, there you go. See how the tables are set up over there? That's for the parents and family of the wrestlers. And on the far end, this is called Dinner and a Duel.
So you see the catering lineup over there?
Yeah, they feed the parents before the duel begins. I mean, this is just fantastic.
And I believe this is something that has been a tradition within the wrestling program here at Tonganoxie. I know definitely, at least with Coach Delich, maybe it's been a thing before in the past, maybe with Coach Goebel or some of the others. When Starcher was here as well. But yeah, this is one of the great things, especially being here inside of Chieftain Arena, a bigger gymnasium. You see they got the bleachers in over there. It allows a little bit for that extra space, but it's a great nod for the parents and for the student athletes and also the teachers that they choose to recognize during their senior night. But overall, Tongi's going to walk out of here. They pick up the dual victory against Holton and
on senior night.
On senior night, so obviously you'd like to finish with the high note on senior night. But now, like for this team, everything pivots and we start looking down the road. We're looking 6 days at the league tournament, and from there everything really starts to ramp up as they start to look towards their final goal of the season, punching their ticket to state and going and winning the thing.
Yep. It's going to get exciting.
And yeah, we're going to have a lot of that postseason coverage for you right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. The league tournament this upcoming Wednesday, February 7th, I believe it starts at 3 o'clock from what I saw on the Spring Hill Sports Frontier League page. It starts at 3. Again, that will be run by the Spring Hill Sports Live crew. You and I will be there helping call some of the action. So the game, the tournament will definitely be on Spring Hill Sports Live. I believe it will also send it out. You can watch it here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and you can also check it out on some of the other Frontier League channels at Baldwin, Paola, and Spring Hill.
Yeah, and just a heads up for our viewers, partner, is we're going to live stream the entire tournament, but we will only call the semifinals and finals.
Yeah.
So, but you'll be able to watch the whole tournament on Tonganoxie Sports Live, Spring Hill Sports Live.
All of our Frontier, any Frontier League school that we have a channel with, which it's everybody outside of Bonner Springs and Ottawa. So we'll see all those wrestlers there competing against one another. I'm looking forward to the Tonganoxie Paola matchups. Again, Paola, the second-ranked 4A team in the state, and Tonganoxie ranked the 5th overall 4A team in the state. And both of them will be meeting at the Frontier League tournament. And we will also have, just as announced during this broadcast, we'll have a post up on our Facebook channel at Varsity Sports Live /Tonganoxie, which if you don't follow us on there already, be sure to do that, because that's where we'll announce when we have new broadcasts coming up. Perfect example, Saturday, February 17th. Go ahead and mark it in everybody's calendar. We'll make it official here in the next few days over the weekend. We will create a new link. We will have coverage of the 4A Boys Regionals Tournament taking place, hosted right here inside of Chieftain Arena at Tonganoxie High School. That's going to be really fun, really exciting to see that high level of wrestling here in this gymnasium. And most importantly, and what's even more fun, is you get to see these guys run through the gauntlet and then winning that final match and seeing the elation when they get to punch their ticket to state. Or for others, it's just kind of like it's expected. Like I imagine Braden Moore, and for Colton Brusman, Noah Bailey, many others of this Chieftain team, they're going to be excited, but it's going to be more like we expected for this to happen. So we're excited to bring that coverage for everybody coming up here. Again, that'll be Saturday, February 17th. Follow us on Facebook at Varsity Sports Live /Tonganoxie to stay up to date on all of our upcoming broadcast announcements, any schedule changes, and of course we always announce the morning of before a broadcast, usually around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We post a link to that evening's broadcast, and then a lot of good reasons to follow us on Varsity Sports Live. I have a lot of people waving up to us here down low. So that's going to do it. I want to wish the best of luck to, I know both the varsity basketball teams are over at Heritage Christian Academy tonight, taking on the Chargers in a doubleheader. We're going to see them tomorrow night, another varsity doubleheader, back in the Frontier League action for the Chieftains as they will take on the Bonner Springs Braves. Tip off of that one, and the girls' game will be at 6 o'clock, and the boys will follow right around 7:45, 7:30, somewhere in that window. We'll have both games live for you for free from Bonner Springs High School right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And again, before we sign out, I want to give one final big shout out and a thank you to all of our terrific and amazing sponsors here at Tonganoxie Sports Live for all that you do for us, helping us provide this great outlet and and resource for the student athletes, our coaches, the members of the community, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, you name it, people that can't make it to the events. We couldn't provide this stream at the quality that we do without the tremendous support of all of our amazing sponsors. You see each and every one of them listed right there. So that's going to do it for us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And we thank everybody for joining us. The first of many of wrestling that's going to be coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We will see you back here tomorrow night at Bonner Springs, and we will see you again on the mat, at least. That'll be coming up Wednesday, February 7th, our live coverage from the Frontier League Boys Wrestling Tournament. All that happening next week right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.